Hey everyone, Hailey here. Congratulations on completing the fall semester slash quarter. I know that you guys just worked really hard getting through finals, and not only finals and all the regular schoolwork that you have to do, but things like the UC application, which we just completed. Congratulations to all the applicants out there who just submitted their application over the past month or so. And since we're kind of entering a period where you have a little bit of a breather maybe for semester students out there, for quarter students, you're probably going to have to jump right back into the next quarter pretty soon. But for those of you who have some extra time over the winter break and you don't really know what to do with it, or even if you're just kind of watching this video for whatever reason, there were a lot of things as I actually entered UCLA that I wish that I had done in preparation for UCLA. So I'm going to be talking to you guys about what you can do to be productive during not only winter break, but whenever you're watching this summer, spring break. These are all pretty much applicable, so we will jump right into it. So the first thing that I'd like to mention is that it is the perfect time to apply for internships and jobs that you are looking to have during the summer. So a lot of internships that are going to be taking place during the summer have opened their application period now. So winter is a great time to start looking. There are a lot of websites out there and a lot of resources online where you can look for internships in your area, maybe in the area of the school that you want to go to or at the school that you want to go to. There's a lot of opportunities out there. You just have to find them. Usually they are going to be open anywhere from now until, like, I've seen some go as late as February or April, so just keep an eye out. Personally, I have already applied to 2 internships so far. I applied to an internship in November for a position at LinkedIn, which I used to work there as a receptionist, but this is for like an HR position, an intern position. And then I am also applying to an internship at Stanford for linguistics majors. So those are 2 things that are on my radar, and I'm sure you guys can find something in your major as well. That would be a great opportunity for you. The same thing goes for jobs. A lot of jobs that are specific to college students. There are a lot of recruiters out there and a lot of companies who are looking to work with college students because they want to scout people who they can hire after they graduate. So make sure you take a look to see if any companies are hiring. And a lot of internships kind of feed from an actual intern position into a job opportunity if they like you enough. So it is important to start taking care of this and considering this now. One of the other really important things to keep in mind is that when you're thinking about a way to fund your education, it's very expensive, as you probably know, especially UC. And something that I wish that I had done a little bit earlier than I tried to do was apply for scholarships and grants. So I started going through that process in the summer, and I realized a little bit too late for this school year that I should have been looking for scholarships and grants and applying to scholarships and grants in the winter. So winter is really the prime period to apply for scholarships and grants. This is because schools know that students aren't really in school right now, so they have an opportunity to go for these applications and to fill out these applications. And my advisor actually told me this, so I'm thankful to her for that piece of advice. And now I'm sharing it with you guys. So between now and I would say about March is a great time to really buckle down and apply to as many scholarships and grants as you need to, or as you want to, as you possibly can, because they do take quite a bit of work. And that's why I encourage you guys to start early, because what I realized when I was applying to these scholarships and grants is that they often are a lot more involved than you may think. So a lot of them are requiring not only that you write essays or personal statements, but they also, I've seen a lot of them require letters of recommendation, and sometimes they will require more than one. So that's the type of thing that you can't really do at the last minute. It's not professional and it's not very respectful of the person's time if you ask them if they can write you a letter of recommendation like literally 3 or 4 days before it's due. So it's great now to kind of look at those scholarships and grants that you might be interested in or that you might be able to apply for, you might be eligible for, and get into contact with someone that you want to write a letter of recommendation, and just say, hey, I have this opportunity on the horizon. Would you be willing to write the letter of recommendation for me? You have plenty of time. And more than likely, they'll be happy to if it's someone that you have a good relationship with and you're asking them with enough time in advance. Just another little tidbit on the scholarship application is that you can probably reuse some of your application essays, your PIQs, and tweak them just a little bit and use those as your personal statements when you're applying for these scholarships and grants. If you are a community college student, whether you've applied to UC or you will be applying in the next year, it is a great time if you have a chance, and this is more applicable, I think, towards semester students. If you haven't taken classes over the winter term yet, I highly recommend it because it's a great way to just knock out those GE classes. But the thing about it is, if you're taking pretty easy electives, I would recommend like dance or theater or music, anything like that, music appreciation or history. That is also another easy way to boost your GPA. So these classes are pretty straightforward, and the good thing about taking them in the winter term is that it's really quick. These classes are like 4 weeks, maybe 6 weeks, depending on how long your winter break is. But I always took classes in the winter term, and it's a great way, like I said, to just knock them out of the way. I took like psych during the winter term, I took geography during the winter term, and yeah, if you're looking for a way to boost your GPA and you don't want to invest too much time or overload yourself during like the fall and the spring, it's definitely a good option for you. The last thing that I want to talk with you guys about is something that I think I cannot emphasize enough. If there is one thing that I can go back in time and tell myself, it would be this, and it would be to save as much money as you can. So if you guys aren't familiar with my story, I worked full-time. I worked full-time since I was in high school, but I worked actually like 40 hours a week, a 9-to-5 job, Monday through Friday, from January until September 2018. And my goal was to save as much money as I could for college. And I did. So far, I have paid for college out of my own pocket. I've paid for my housing completely out of my own pocket up until this point. Next quarter, I will be taking out a loan, but that's another story for another day. But anyway, my point is, despite how hard I work and how much I saved, I always wish that I had saved more. So, I mean, that is kind of not only about how much I worked, but being conscious of my spending and being aware of things that I need to prioritize. I wish that I would have prioritized saving $40 from each paycheck and putting that towards a college fund, rather than spending $40 out of each paycheck, and probably more, to be quite honest, going out to eat with my friends or my family, which I did all the time. I'm very guilty of that. We all know it's hard to resist. But this is a great time, if you're not working full-time, or maybe if you're not working at all, to get a job. There are a bunch of temporary jobs, especially right now if you are watching this in the winter quarter. It is perfect in retail to get a temporary job because of the holiday season. A lot of places are desperate for people. They just need manpower to fill their stores, to sell things to their customers. So it's a great time. Summer as well. Summer is a great time for temporary positions. I don't think a lot of people realize that, but if you go on like Indeed.com or like one of those websites, even LinkedIn, you can find a lot of temporary positions that are open during the summer and winter. With that being said, I do want to remind you guys that you are on a break. You don't need to work yourself to the bone and work like a dog. You do need to take some time for yourself, especially after that strenuous fall term. It was a lot of work with the applications, so take time for yourself. Take time to just chill and watch whatever TV show you want, or take a nap, take a day off, and just do whatever you want to do, you know. Hang out with your friends, go get your nails done, sit on the couch and watch TV. Don't forget that at the end of the day, you are a human being and you're not a machine, and you can't expect yourself to work all the time. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope that you found this video helpful. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. I am constantly posting new college, community college, and transfer content. And with that, I will see you guys next Saturday at 3 p.m. Bye.